needs to be making at least 7. None of this stuff that y'all are coming up with it doesn't make any sense. That's why so many women are still single when they're at the top. It's not because y'all don't want to settle. It's simply because there's nobody up there for y'all.
Boom, boom, honey, child, girl. I love her content because she's always spot on. Listen, how many times have I said that? And they're confused. They look like, why can't these men just need to level up? Ebony K. Williams said that. Well, these men, why don't they want to be aspired to? They don't have to do what you want them to do. Just because you made choices that's affecting you in a way that you didn't plan for. Just because you were, career driven and wanted to make all the money that you say you make and all of that, and it yielded you single. That don't mean every man got to do what you want them to do. You want to try to force something on men, and this is why I say women project their nature onto men. Women project their feelings, their nature, all of it onto a man. You want men to do what you want them to do so that you can get what you want out of them. So you try to control a man. A man could have a career, a job, whatever you want, and be perfectly content in his career, his job, or whatever, making the money that he wants to make to sustain his life. But these women want to come in and control that, try to tell him and he could love what he's doing, but these hyenas don't give a damn. You don't care if this man loves his job, he loves what he do, and he's happy doing it, and he makes a good living, but it's not what you think he should be doing or making. You want to come in and try to tell a man, why don't you do this? Why don't you do that? Why you don't want to level up? No, that's what you wanted to do. That was your goal, to go in and be a CEO, whatever it is you wanted to be. And that's no problem, but you can't force men to come in and change things that they've created for themselves and things that they are happy with, and change it into what you think and feel they should be doing. That's the problem, number one. A lot of these women are controlling. You want to control the men, but then complain about a man controlling you because you know that's what you would do. And once again, this is why you have a bunch of educated women complaining, talking about there aren't any good men out there. No, there are good men out there. They just don't want you, boo. And you don't want to accept the fact that, I got all these degrees. I make 6 figures, I look good. I'm well taken care of. Okay, kudos to you.
What's going on, James? What's going on?
Kudos to you. You worked hard. You worked hard for your lifestyle. Then continue to live your lifestyle. You can't get mad if men aren't attracted to that. And it's not that they're intimidated, because that's the next thing they want to say. All these men are intimidated by my success. No, child. They're not intimidated by your success. They don't want what comes with that. And what comes with that is these entitled, combative women who gonna let you know on a daily how
they'll sit online and tell you, oh yeah, this is what they wanted. They set this up to make us so masculine. And then they'll, in the same breath be like, yeah, and these dudes are all feminine now. No. You try to make it that way. You raised a bunch of them, but some of us did have some fathers around or males around and didn't go down that route. But y'all are super masculine. You really are. GMO. All GMO.
Successful they are, how much money they have, and how much you don't measure up. Because even the men who make more money than them don't want them, child. Even the men who make the 6 figures or more don't want them. They don't want a combative boss chick. They don't want a combative boss chick either. So you're stuck where you are. You got to go and get your own babies, IVF it up. You got to go pay all this money and get your baby by yourself, because no man don't want to have no baby with you. He don't want to marry you. He don't want to be with you because your attitude stinks. You've gotten so educated and so up there in your mind. You think you're the best thing since sliced bread, and you don't know how to communicate with a man. You want to belittle him. You think you're better than him. So you act in a manner that portrays yourself or shows yourself in that way. And no one wants that. And nobody wants that. That's why I say it's not just about money. You could get a man with the money. He still don't want you. A man who makes less, who still do well, still don't want you. Because you are just not a likable person. You're leading with your accolades and all of this because that's what makes you feel
nail on the head.
Because without that, you don't feel like you're worth anything. And your personality sucks. You know that you don't bring anything else to the table. You're not a fun person. You're not somebody that knows how to cooperate with a man or anybody. Usually those women are very uptight, very entitled, very nasty, very mean. They don't know how to have fun. You don't know how to just be a normal chick. You don't know how to just have a good time.
That's why I keep telling y'all, man. For y'all dudes, it'd be like all of them. It ain't all of them, nigga. It's not all of them. I mean, yeah, she's married. Most of them, pretty much, that aren't messed up are married. But you can't say it's all of them if there's some married chicks out here talking like they have some sense, man. Come on. You know what I'm saying? Don't get in your emotions. Make sure you specify.
You're uptight. Them men don't want that. They don't care about how much money you get. All that goes out of the window. This is why I say, listen, you gotta stop thinking that your education and your money is what makes you, because it does not. It does not. You can go take all the trips you want. You can buy what you want. You can live a good life. Ain't nobody complaining about that. But it's your mentality. It's your personality. It's all of that is a turn off to a lot of these men, no matter how much money they make.
Facts.
Because they don't want a problem. Nobody wants to be in a relationship with a person who always have a problem, always complaining. That gets old. These men are tired of that kind of shit. They want to cooperate. I do this and I gotta pay and all this. After a while, these men get tired of that. Anybody will get tired of that. So yeah, I think it's a reality check for a lot of these women.
You thought I was frozen, didn't you?
That child, your money don't mean shit. These men don't care about that. You don't want to spend it. You're not gonna. You still want him to pay for everything. So why would he even worry about how much you make? It's not like you coming in and paying half because they don't want to go 50-50. They think, oh, that's a roommate. That's not a relationship. Well, just pay it all yourself and just be content with who you are and what you got. Because most people don't want to deal with you anyway, child. So yeah, it just makes sense. This is why you have a bunch of women with these BBLs, with these degrees, with these businesses or whatever, sitting back complaining, talking about men don't approach, men don't do this, and they won't. They won't. Successful MD says she must make $2 million a year so I can take it. Thank you, Successful MD, for the super chat. Says
that's where everybody say they know what they're doing. They go to work and the boss says jump. They say, how high, boss? Like that one woman said, trash man show up, be like, have your trash out. They'd be like, be right on it, boss. You know what I'm saying? And then, but when the man is like, can I get a sandwich? Maybe a little top. Eat better, get your mama a second. What? This is what happens, man. This is what happens. Now, you know what I'm saying? That's the Keishas, the Beckys, they're gonna be bopping on you, you know what I'm saying, before you even ask. But the Keish, I'm just saying, man, I'm just speaking from experience, okay? You know what I mean? Some of you guys be like, oh, these women, they hold sex up from me and da da da. Man, I ain't never had a woman do that to me, man. I cannot sit here and lie to y'all. You know what I mean? Like that was one of the issues in my past relationship. I wanted to talk to my ex. She wouldn't talk about nothing. But what she did want to do every night was get some of this dick. Now, I don't know why these women be rationing out that to y'all, but I ain't never had a woman I've dated or been married to that didn't want it every night. I ain't gonna lie to you. And you can call me a pookie or whatever, blah, blah. Nah, I'm just saying. So when y'all be like, and I was married, and she was complaining when we broke up, like, well, I just wanted to do. We got to talk about stuff, man. I'm not just gonna be some walking toy for you. You know what I mean? I was holding back from her, so I don't even understand when y'all be like, man, they be rationing out the sex and they be with what? I wish a chick would. I'll be out the door, and they know that too. I'll be out the door that day. You tell me, especially being married, you tell me no one time, man, you getting it from somebody else. We're done. You know what I'm saying? Don't even, you know what I mean? Don't even bother. Get out of bed. Just get out of bed. I'm not in the mood no more. I gotta file divorce papers. Just get out of bed. You know what I'm saying?
Calvin, thank you for the super chat. Says rich person pretending to be homeless, panhandling. Thank you for the super chat, Calvin. I appreciate you. It's just a mess, baby. Let's continue.
Everybody is just out of their lane. There's nothing wrong with sixes being six, but you got the people that's sixes that's trying to get all these other things that does not make them any more valuable than a six. You can be a six physically. And just because you go capture a bunch of money and a bunch of other stuff as a woman does not make you a 10. but y'all don't get that.
They
And it's
try to
hard
do
to
it.
say that. That's the harsh reality. But the reality of it is if you're a 6, just be the best 6 you can be. Because
they think that the money and the degrees make them top tier. They think that the money is what make them better. And I'll say it till the wheels fall off. No, it doesn't. Money doesn't make you better. A degree doesn't make you better. A job doesn't make you better. You have to be a better person inside. That comes from within. There's no amount of money in the world or no amount of degrees in the world, no amount of makeup, no amount of, how you could look great, but none of that makes you a better person. None of that's just a facade. That's just an outward appearance. That's just an outward look at things. It doesn't make you a better person. You have to, if you want to be a better person, you have to take time and work on yourself. You really got to look at the negatives, because we all have negatives
Preach.
and positives. Nobody's walking around here with everything all put together, everything right. No, everybody has negatives and positives. You have to focus on the negatives within your life and get to the root of why you're negative and start to work on that. It's not impossible to work on yourself without blaming others. Look at the deep rooted things that you're dealing with as to why you're mean, why you're negative all the time, and work on that and figure out how to better yourself, because that's only going to make you better for your children, possible husband, mate, or whatever, and friends, whoever. Because you're just sitting around thinking that I'm just going to accumulate all these degrees. I'm going to focus on myself, but I'm going to focus on myself, and I'm going to go get my master's degree, and I'm going to focus on myself, and I'm going to get my PhD, and I'm going to focus on myself, and I'm going to go get this, and I'm going to get this. I'm going to become my own. And thinking that that's going to somehow change the nature of who you are deep down is not. You're just going to have a PhD. You're going to have all these things, and you're still going to be miserable within. You're still going to be mad at everybody else because you don't feel happy and content within yourself. And this is why you see people who were broke. They thought the issue was money. You get some money, you become rich. You still broken. You still unhappy. The money doesn't make you.
Yeah, and I have to reiterate this, okay? For y'all with the degrees and the homes and the cars, men don't care. And the jobs, we don't care. It's not that we aren't happy for you and we can't celebrate your accomplishments, but it doesn't make us hard. We don't give a shit. We don't walk into your home and see your degrees on your walls and get brick. Okay? What? Come on, think about it. Think about it. We better off, you know what I'm saying, hanging up different panties or different pictures of yourself. Well, why would we care about any of that stuff? But we're happy for you. But it doesn't give you any extra points as far as dating goes. That's some self stuff that you're doing, you know what I'm saying, which is great, self improvement. But when no one has to acknowledge your self improvement, that's for yourself. That's for you. Come on, man. I need y'all to do better. Smash that like button. Let's go.
You happy. Money allows you to get things, but it's not a cure from your brokenness. It's not a cure. It's not to heal all of the trauma you've been through and all of the.
Brother, some of them be like 2s, 1.5s. Because if you're obese, I don't care what you put on your face makeup wise. You're obese. You're like a McDonald's cheeseburger away from you know what I'm saying? Upper room, heart attack, stents.
The feelings and the things associated with the trauma you've been through. Money does not fix that. What fixes that is you working on yourself, taking the time to analyze those issues, go through the hurt, and the pain that's associated with it, deal with it, face it, not just sit back and put a band-aid over it and hide it and cover it up and push it to the back of your brain as if it didn't happen. But it constantly comes out in different ways. It comes out in your relationships. It comes out in how you treat your kids. It comes out in how you treat other people. It comes out on a daily basis. You see that these people are dealing with different traumatic experiences
Hey,
that
she
they've
cooked
never
on this
dealt
live
with because
stream.
it comes out in many different ways. And a lot of those ways have a lot to do.
Y'all, she cooked on this live stream. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe. I'm sure most of y'all are. But you know what I'm saying? She was cooking, you know what I mean? So let's let her cook. I'm just gonna, you know.
In this game, you gotta have that dog in you.
Made in America.